But what I'm loving about this season is you're out and about, or last season you were out and about more, and I love that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun for me and for Mr. Finch to get out of the library and, get out there and play spy a little bit.
Yeah, and we've learned a lot about your character this season and where his injuries came from, and that was such an emotional scene.
Yeah, it's nice to have a backstory, and I think the audience likes to know more about these characters. It's fine to be it's fine to be mysterious, and I think they still are. But it lends, I think, poignancy and complexity to the storytelling, and it engages you. You feel something for them.
Well, I also think the guys do it. It's a great job of not throwing something out there to become a mystery. We're going to learn in time. You don't want all the answers right away, and it's not like you've got all these crazy mysteries that need to unravel.
Right. I think the writing team is so smart because they seem to know instinctively the pace at which to dole out the goods, because you don't want it all at once, it's part of the craft of writing a long-running show, I think, and they're doing very well.
Do you think next season you'll be out and about more again?
I'm just happy to be there. It's
get out of the library more.
I mean, file that under careful what you wish for, because then I may be on a broiling street corner in a three-piece wool suit all day, and then you think, God, the library is really a nice set.
You don't want to be shooting that now out on the street in a wool suit. Jim, your character, your character is probably the most consistent. I mean, it's sort of in his actions and where he is, and it doesn't. He jumps around a little bit, but he doesn't change much. And how do you play that?
I just know I'm right all the time.
That's a good one. I do that too, but it doesn't work the same for me. But when you do, again, like what I love is that you guys are just going out and having fun and shooting people in the streets, as she said before. So what's the most fun about the show for you?
I just the writing. It's all about the writing, and these guys, what they do, is consistently the team of writers, and just to me. Sometimes it's on the nose, sometimes it's very poetic. It's done in a...
It always makes you think.
Very, very linear, but non-linear,
Actually, a number of our writers are actually here today up in the front. Do you want to stand up?
Where are you guys? There they are.
Guys, stand up. Stand up. Where are you? Stand up. Come on.
Stand up. Stand up. Take a bow.
Woo!
Well, speaking of the cast and everything, Jonah, don't you have some casting news?
Oh yeah, very excited. We announced, just wanted to make sure everyone here knew at the end of the season, we announced that Sarah Shaw would be joining the team as Shaw for next season.
Awesome.
We also like to welcome Amy Acker to the show on a regular basis.
Series regular. Let me ask you guys real quickly, how do you deal with Bad Robot, and it's obviously Bad Robot production, as everybody knows, Bryan Burk, Kathy Link. How do you deal with them, and how interactive are they with you guys?
They're watching us right now.
I know,
very, very carefully.
We have a lot of guns.
Now, Bad Robot, JJ, Berkey, Kathy, Athena, Steve, the whole team there, it's an incredible, incredible family. Sort of an extended family for us, and they've been there from the very beginning, helping us build the show and bring all this incredible production value and this incredible cast together. It's just it's an amazing company they built there. One
of the other things I love about the show, I mean, everybody, if you're not up to date, I mean, I highly suggest watching every episode, but if you miss one, it's not, you can get by it. And
you have to watch every single episode. Available on iTunes.
All right, I think we should go to the audience now with some questions. We have some people lined up somewhere. Go ahead. When we get there, stand up, be counted.
Great show. Won't say more than that, but excellent.
My question is, are you surprised that this show is not embraced by traditional science fiction fans as being genre, being the typical story here? Because in my mind, this is the strongest science fiction show on the air.
Well, science fact now.
Yeah.
Well, I have a suspicion that where they're going, there'll be some fiction coming back into it.
Let's hope so.
But anyway, I'm just curious. It's almost like when Lost came out, people said, don't tell anyone what it's about. Are you purposely hiding yourself in the open?
Is that me?
That's you, dude.
No, I'm unabashed about the fact this is a science fiction show. I'm a huge genre fan. I don't think I've ever worked on anything and probably never will work on anything that couldn't come here to Comic-Con and be celebrated here, hopefully. I think, as Ralph pointed out, part of the reason the science fiction community may not have embraced it is because they sensed that it was actually true, it turns out, unfortunately. But we do like the science fiction aspect of the show, the cyberpunk aspect of the show, and we aim to, now that reality has caught up with us, we aim in the third season to push out a little bit further out into that space.
Next question.
Great show. Last year I asked about the nature of your flashbacks and about Nathan's death scene. Thank you for the way how you handled that material. It was very touching. This year I wanted to ask about the episode Relevance. Mr. Nolan, it was the first time you directed. It was completely different, yet it was at the same time, it was at home. It was all the features of the show at the same time. And it brought us our great character, Samantha Shaw, so thank you for that. Will you direct more future episodes? And if I can ask a second question, will Shaw and Root ever team up to be a team like Finch and Jim?
I'm going to say yes to that. That would be awesome.
I think you bugged our writer's room. I'd love to direct more. It was, it's cheating a little bit when you have a...
Well, Jonah, you had such a great experience with me.
I did have fantastic experience.
You're welcome.
It's cheating. It's cheating when you have this incredible cast, this incredible crew who made the show 30 times in a row. They make you look awfully good. But I had a great time, and we had always wanted narratively to pull a bit of a departure episode and jump out onto the other side of our story. So very, very, very glad that everyone enjoyed it, and we hope to do some more of that in the future.